Hey guys, and welcome to SHAY'S STOCKS. It's day 5, video 7. Bloody hell, it's a big day. Quite nervous. It's early in the morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, Greenwich Mean Time, UK time. So there's a big chunk of time until markets open. I'm not expecting much, it's going to be a pretty normal day of trading leading up to the announcement from Powell and the Fed in regards to rate cuts. So business as usual. At 2 p.m. I'll be watching live YouTubers talking about the market. 2:30 p.m. the market will open. SoFi will go down because that's what it does. Ondas will go up because that's what it does. And Meta will kind of go down, then up again, and just kind of not do much. So all in all, it'll be pretty standard, but the announcement's huge. So this is for my investors to know that I'm not just sitting on my hands, letting fate and nature take its course. At 7 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time, the announcement will be made. And I will be locked in on this account and waiting for a market reaction. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting that there will be a rate cut, 95% chance. I'm expecting that it's already been priced into the market to an extent, so there won't be huge mass trading in the last 2 hours of the market day. Just won't happen. But a steady incremental increase to about 2 to 5%. That's what I'm expecting. But have one hand on your sell button, guys, just in case anyone stumbles across this. It could be, if you're in a similar boat where you're a small-time trader trying to make a small amount of money, and you've got not too much tied up, and you're not necessarily tied to a 12-month investment, today is one of those potential bubble pop moments, depending on what Powell says. Could depend on whether you're in a good position this time tomorrow or not, or crying into a glass. So that's it. Be ready, hand on the sell button, because look, you're not going to lose a lot if the announcement's bad, the market starts to tank. You just sell everything there and then. You just watch it go down, 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 down. And then suddenly you're in a really nice position where you're watching it go down thinking, Christmas discounts, And you just watch and wait. And the lower it goes, you still got the same stock sitting there. You're not lost anything. Your money's out of the game. Like playing poker, and it's all going crazy around you and everyone's getting carried away and throwing all their chips in. And that's the one you decide to sit out of and let them get on with it because you're there for the long haul. You're there for a long time, not a good time, eh? So today I have to be that person. It's all going crazy, it's all dive, dive, dive. Boom. Let's just calmly step out, sell everything, and watch. That is in the back of my mind. However, very optimistic. Like I said, the announcements will be positive. They want the market to do well. They want the economy to do well. They want to be perceived as doing well. Up and up and up. 2 to 5% in the last 2 hours of trading. That would be good. That would make SoFi about level on the day yet again, because it's going to have a 2 to 5% dive before we even get to the announcement. But SoFi is a long-term play, and it's one that I'm quite confident will, like I say, at least go up a couple of bucks by the end of the year. I'm not expecting miracles and for it to shoot up. In the back of my mind, guys, the SoFi play is because their CEO has an incentive to get the stock price to 40 bucks. It's got to be up there for a certain number of weeks and within a certain amount of time. I think it's the next 6 months or something. If he gets it to 40 bucks, he gets like £500,000 bonus or something crazy. So there is an incentive, an internal incentive for the company to hit a certain target, and that's what I'm looking at. So if within that 6 months they hit that $40 target. That's $13 profit per share for us. We've got 58 shares because we put the whole 1,000 on. We moved a bit across from Meta. Do the math on that. 58 times 13. You're talking about $600, nearly $700. That's profit if they manage to hit that 40. $700 profit, around £500. So, depending on how I'm feeling, I've got that target in my head that maybe that's the time to cash out, or maybe not. You know, if it's going that well, and then at the point it's at 40 is when I start doing a real deep dive and I start doing my research again. Then I'll make a decision. So I've got that in the back of my mind for each of my accounts. Meta, if that makes $200 overall, I'm going to decide whether to take it out, because that's not going to make huge money. But it's not going to lose huge money either. So Meta, 200 up, boom. £200, boom. I'm going to do a deep research and decide whether to move my money. SoFi, £500. Do I move my money, take my profits? And then the last one is Ondas. My target on that one is the same, £500 profit, and then reassess my situation. Do we take it out? Because if all that goes to plan in the next 6 months, we could well be £1,200 to the good, which would be ridiculously good. And then that money can be reinvested, and I'd basically be starting again. Now, I don't have to do that. You know, all these stocks I've got are long-termers, so if we get to that point where they are that successful, and I think, even if the market crashes here, we're in such a good boat, we can ride it out, and they're just going to keep growing, then yeah. But I don't know what the future holds.